Hi, and welcome to the Bible Tribe with Seeing Deep Ministries, where we see deep in a shallow world and overcome the battles of the mind with the Word of God. Sometimes we can grow so comfortable with the gods of the surrounding culture that we live with them and start to adapt to the world's ways rather than God's. But if we don't remove the gods that surround us, we may find ourselves ensnared by them. The Bible reading today is from Genesis 33 through 36, and the verse of the day is Genesis 35, verse 2. So Jacob said to his household and to all who were with him, "Remove the foreign gods which are among you, and purify yourselves, and change your garments." In context, Jacob is cleaning house. His sons just dealt treacherously with Hamor the Shechemite for the rape of their sister Dinah. Though punishment was certainly justified, deceiving and then killing off a whole city was a bit overkill. On the heels of this happening in chapter 34, here at the beginning of chapter 35, God spoke to Jacob again and told him to go to Bethel. And Jacob tells all the people of Israel to remove all the foreign gods among them, purify themselves, and change their clothes. He meant business. Jacob was all in. Friends, God is not looking for people to be religious. He's inviting us to be in relationship. We don't often recognize that the trappings of this world can be idols or little gods, which means things that distract us from wholehearted devotion to God. Are we all in? We will have to examine ourselves like Jacob and the people of God who are with him did in that moment to be able to truly be all in. When my children were growing up, and now my youngest is almost 17, y'all, I cannot believe how fast time flies. But when they were growing up, I would have times where we cleaned house. We examined ourselves to see how our time was being invested, what we were listening to or watching. And we got rid of our idols. We bowed down and repented. And even children can be taught this as a little child. If we think idolatry is just for pagans and other generations, we're deceived. Ask God what we need to do to get rid of what has a hold on us. That's what we need to do. The first key word I chose is the word household, which is the Hebrew word bayith, which means family, home, descendants, household affairs. How are we conducting ourselves within our own home? What do we need to put away that is among us and has perhaps slipped into our thought life or home life? We need to make our homes a refuge. Is our home a house where God's presence is evident? The second key word is purify. It is the word taher, and it means to be morally pure, to be made clean, to purify oneself, to be uncontaminated, unadulterated, innocent. Do we recognize the pollution in our lives? Pollution is not just in the air. It can be in our mind, the thoughts we have, and in our actions. Friends, purifying ourselves is not a religious thing to do. It is a needed thing to do, and we cannot do it apart from Jesus' grace. Thought of the day. We have to recognize where we have fallen to be able to be all in. And the application, ask God to show you what your heart goes after. Anything that is too hard to let go of has a hold on us. Let it go. Go with God and His precious word, friends. Tune in tomorrow as we head back into the book of Joshua.